Hello and welcome to Beat 'em Up Wrestling. This is the AEW Dynamite, September 16th. Happy Mexican Independence Day to all the Mexicans. And we are going to talk about what happened today. This was a pre-recorded Dynamite. They weren't sure what was going on with the NBA Finals. So this was recorded on Monday.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I'm just trying to post everybody so they could come and talk to us. I didn't post it up there yet.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, it was pre-recorded. We weren't sure. Some people weren't sure, but I think we kind of knew from last week that it was going to be. So, but it was a pretty good night of wrestling.
Yeah, so what they ended up doing was actually recorded 3 hours. They weren't sure if they were going to put the 1 hour today or tomorrow, depending on the NBA game. The series ended early, so we got the full episode today, and we get the extra 1 hour tomorrow.
I'm excited to see what they're going to actually put in now. Did they even say what they're going to put in now?
Yeah, they talked about some announcements. I think Wardlow's in the main event tomorrow.
Oh, nice.
Hello, Derek. He already is bringing up the Ivelisse and Diamante to the top of the roster.
That was quick. I'm over here trying to I shouldn't even worry about it because we got people already popping in. Hey, Derek.
No, that's awesome. Thank you for adding to the conversation. Yeah, the Diamante and Ivelisse, we're going to get to that match. Pretty soon, I think.
Your internet's kind of breaking up.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay. Now? No, not really. So I'll take the card. I'll take the ticker card in case something happens to your internet. So yeah, we start off the night with Jurassic Express versus FTR and the Young Bucks. Hey, Mighty Migs, what's going on?
Mighty Migs.
So yeah, we get the Young Bucks come in with an interruption. They super kick the referee, and everybody's like, "What the hell's going on?" They're gonna get fined again. So it's another $10K, in total for both of the Bucks. Yeah.
Today was a great show.
Today was definitely a good show. So we finally get into a match to bring in a referee out, and we get into Jurassic Express versus FTR. And for me, it was FTR versus Jungle Boy, and Jungle Boy looked amazing. I'm not taking away from Luchasaurus. I just felt like the match highlighted a lot of what Jungle Boy can do and how much he improved. He just looked amazing out there tonight, and I really enjoyed it. And it goes back to what I said, that he really needs to have another singles push.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what that means for Jurassic Express as a thing. They can always be a thing, but I don't know. Jungle Boy has just grown a lot. He just did a lot of great reversals. FTR looked good with him. Just him alone, even a handicap match would have been amazing.
Yeah. I think it gets to a point where somebody starts to become bigger than the team, and I think that Jungle Boy is becoming that. Like he's setting up to be a big future star. I think that his ceiling is much higher than Darby Allen when we talk about future stars for AEW. I see MJF being the super heel, and I see Jungle Boy being the babyface from ingrown AEW talent.
Yeah. Definitely. It was just a good match. And first I thought it was kind of like yeah.
Yeah, work sucks.
Work totally sucks. Yeah, it totally sucks. Dynamite's the hardest thing because Jack works midnight, he works late, so we always try to get on here as soon as we can after the show with our thoughts. But yeah, this is definitely a match to go back to. Yeah, he was. You know what? Maybe, but as long as Jericho's not inserted again with him, I just want him to get a push.
Yeah, we already had the Jungle Boy Jericho thing. I think I would like to see where Jungle Boy and MJF kind of go with it.
Yeah, that was definitely one of my favorite matches of this whole shutdown type thing, because that was during the shutdown, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a couple of months ago.
Yeah, it was a really great match between him and MJF. But of course, FTR gets the win with with cheating. All three of them cheated. So even Tully put his hand in there. But it was a good match. I thought it was a great way to start off Dynamite. Then we get into a little backstage part with, thank you, Matt Hardy's on the floor doing the Peter Griffin to his knee. He just got on the floor holding his knee. That's all I could think about when he was on the floor with Peter Griffin. I'm sorry, I'm a child.
Yeah.
Basically, who did this? And then his dad's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
He just was on the floor. Like it was so like Chicago, like Magnificent Mile. The camera crew comes in. So what happened? You're like, dude was on the floor. He got busted. Like I was just, it was so funny to see that. But yeah, it plays into what's gonna happen later on in the match. But yeah, that was a little setup to that. That was okay. Didn't take too much of the time away from the show. And then we get Mr. Kenny Omega comes out and joins the commentary team.
Yep.
As
with this Redcon 1 shirt.
yeah, because that guy has every
Representing.
color, every different logo. That guy's just all about Redcon. Yeah, but he comes on commentary to be on side when Frankie and Hangman go against each other. This was a pay-per-view worthy match.
Yeah. Also, like there was so much action in the ring that if you missed a little bit of the comments that Kenny Omega was doing, it's setting up for a really good story. Everybody was talking about Moxley and Kenny Omega for Full Gear. I think we're gonna have a Hangman versus Kenny Omega for Full Gear. So pretty much it's Kenny Omega pretty much saying that Hangman is not good enough to be in singles, that he wasn't even good enough to be a tag team, and he was expecting Frankie Kazarian to pretty much beat him quickly.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of little exchanges between him and Excalibur. If you guys get a chance, go back. And you can literally, it sets up for Kenny Omega pretty much saying that the reason why they lost the belts was because Hangman is not good enough to be a champion.
He was like, oh, he's at his roof. He's at his roof. He's running out of moves to do. He's running out of moves. And then, like, the cameraman was brilliant. There was one part where Kenny was just sitting there, like just looking at him, like, completely just side-eyeing. Like, it was so much shade, and he didn't even hide it. He just was like, I'm done. I'm done.
Yeah, Darby Allen was great in the beginning, but for me, I see what you're saying, where it's his stuff is getting a little stale, and I don't know what they're going to do with it. Like
his is a very shock factor. I feel like he does something, and like my thing going back, if you guys have been watching us, a lot of people want to see him versus Phoenix. I'm scared that Darby's going to do something extreme and hurt Phoenix, or Phoenix is going to try to save him and not have him get hurt, and something's going to happen because he's a little reckless, Darby, and that sucks because I do like Darby, but I've been noticing more and more that his spots are pretty reckless, and I feel like that's gonna, that was complete dynamite. Like Frankie, like.
Yeah, Frankie looked at least 10 years younger today.
It was a haircut, dude. It was all it was clean. The dude was ready. He came out. He's like, I got a singles match. I'm gonna make sure everybody remembers that I'm a veteran and I can still work it.
But yeah, no, going back to what you said, this was a pay-per-view worthy match. This is Frankie's best match in singles in AEW. Hangman looked amazing and made me glad that he's no longer in a tag team because I missed seeing singles Hangman.
He did Hangy. Aw. Hangy Adam Page. Yeah, but no, like this was probably once again the first match. It was great because of Jungle Boy. Great parts of that you need to see. Probably like halfway through the match. Unfortunately, I love Luchasaurus, but when Jungle Boy was left alone, that's when he shined. And this match was amazing from top to bottom. They just looked great. So definitely watch it.
This match was possibly up for the running for match of the night for me.
I think for me it was match of the night just because of Frankie alone. Like it was, I would say like you have a street match, like of course, like, a parking lot match, it's going to be brutal. So you expect that though, but I didn't expect this to be such a damn good match. Like I know Frankie's good, but then when you see him, because you haven't seen Hangman do singles in a while. So having this match on this card, everybody's like, oh, it's a singles match. We don't know what to expect. And I think it was kind of like overshadowed by like the idea that Kenny might come out on commentary, Kenny might come out and like interrupt it, but it was just a good match, a clean, good match.
Yeah, no, Mighty brings up a good point. It seemed like everybody was trying to up one each other, trying to have the best match.
Definitely.
Yeah, Frankie, he kind of always gets underrated or
underappreciated.
Underappreciated. He's been on a whole other level ever since TNA, ROH. Like he's always doing some great matches, but he's always just seen as the sidekick to Christopher Daniels, and it's great to see what he could do in singles like this.
Yeah, totally agree.
Yeah, yeah.
He was like,
Yeah, Kenny was hoping that Hangman would fail so that Kenny could rub it in his face and see like tell him like you needed me more than I needed you, and this is just proof. But when Hangman came out, I mean, we got to see a Hangman smile, like he was feeling himself. It was like Hangman got his groove back.
The best part is like Kenny Omega's face when he won though was like when he loses in Street Fighter, like the unexpected upset, and he was just like, yeah, that's literally what happened. And then all of a sudden we got his back, and he walked out.
Yeah,
but he walked out through the right exit. He didn't walk out the long way. He could have took the long way. He could have went out through the heel tunnel, but he didn't. If you want to do the heel face tunnel thing, yeah, because he definitely would come out the left side.
Yeah.
Next.
So we get MJF versus Sean Dean, and this was horrible.
No comment.
I get what they're trying to do with MJF. Yeah. Miss Mix saying Kenny was so dismissive, and yeah, like I love that back and forth between him and Excalibur, where Excalibur's trying to like hype up Hangman every time he's doing something good, and Kenny's just kind of like, yeah, he's all right.
Yeah, like he was totally downplaying the fact that like he was like, no, you don't understand. This is like the top of his moveset. He got nothing left. There's nothing else. We've seen everything. And it was so like, but the way he leaves out though was just like, I guess it's over. I'm gonna go home now and go eat some cookies and Nutella. That
Hangman Kenny match is gonna be awesome.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so that MJF Sean Dean was super quick. I think MJF's entrance to the ring was longer than the match. The match was probably like 4 seconds. It's kind of a shame because the captain has a lot of charisma. He's really good in the ring, and this was just like a disservice to him. They didn't really need this.
Yeah.
So then MJF cuts a promo saying that he needs to be in some kind of group or some kind of faction in order to actually succeed, and he is the uncrowned champion because Moxley had to use the paradigm shift in order to win, and he had signed the contract saying he wouldn't use that match. So MJF Moxley thing might not be over yet.
No. Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
But that's the best way to break up a tag team, though. Like they were never a tag team to begin with. They kind of like joined to be friends, and then they started getting tired of each other's crap. And
I just wanted to be like Hangman in the middle of the ring, be like, "I'm sorry," and you can hear him saying, "I'm sorry," and Kenny's just wailing at him, and he's like, but he's trying to hug him, like, "I'm so sorry, like I tried," and he's just wailing. I want somebody to go full crazy, like they just lose it and crack in the ring. It's just going to be so much good storytelling if that actually happens.
And I mean, whoever wins that match pretty much gets set up to be the next #1 contender. Yeah,
pretty much. That's going to just skyrocket them. Either way, both of them will sooner or later be a champion in AEW.
So then we get Tess talking about Ricky Starks and his movesets and how powerful they are.
You know what I liked about this, though? It's what I wanted Arn Anderson to do with the stupid-ass cards that he comes out with Cody. Like, I wanted to be like, what you see here is you see Ricky Starks does this. I really wanted, this is what I was talking about with Arn. And the fact that Taz does it with so much energy is the reason why I'm just like, that's what I wanted with the stupid card set. And then Taz does it, and he does it with like all the computerized, digitalized part of it. So I liked it. I like that he has this little angle.
Too many stables on Dynamite.
Yeah. He's not wrong. Nope.
Yeah.
No, that wasn't. No, he's one of my favorites on Dynamite.
Yeah, Sean Dean has so much potential too. Yeah, I would like to see them do tournaments though, so that not always the head of the faction is always getting the shots. Kind of like what they're doing with
the next thing
with Minoru and Tai Chi in New Japan.
Or we can just click this one.
Yep.
This faction that we have going on here.
They're not a faction. They're a family.
What is it? It's a faction. It starts with the letter F.
It's a family.
It's okay. No.
And some families go out for dinner to settle arguments. But
a family is like a faction. You come at my family, we come at you too. Yeah.
Ricky Starks was huge in NWA, so I his ceiling is so high.
And just a loser. Loser, go home.
Man, if they did a G1 kind of tournament, like a
It
round
would make
robin, that would be
sense.
so awesome.
It would make sense. I don't even care if it's just like for a trophy, like they do with
Yep.
the women. Just do something.
Yep. So yeah, so we get Eddie Kingston talking about the family and how they're gonna fix everything, and they go around beating up everybody. Griff Garrison gets beat up, and yeah. So then that's pretty much what this was all about, right? Oh no. He tells Blade, "Hey, we got this house straighten out. You got to straighten out your own house." Throwing shots at what we've been talking about for so many months that they just kept on ignoring was that Bunny is married to the Blade, and they made it pretty clear when it was Butcher, Blade, and Bunny, and now she's over there chasing QT Marshall.
Which I mean, like, see, that's what happens when you let a loose gun like Eddie. I mean, only if Pac comes back, dude. Dude, if the Death Triangle comes back, then I'm all for that.
I want Eddie to recruit Proud and Powerful. Just tell them, like, hey, look, Jericho's making a tag team with Jake Hager. You guys need to come to the family.
Yeah, like, I'm surprised they don't have beef with that. Like, where were you guys at when we were getting our ass kicked? Like,
yeah,
you know, like,
Orange Cassidy. It might
well,
be
we'll get into that. We'll get into that.
Yeah.
We'll get into that.
Okay.
But no, but with this, the whole Eddie Kingston thing really quick, it's just that, like, I enjoy it, but I also feel like it's stupid. Like, I like him. I think he's good for the Butcher and the Blade. But I think Lucha Bros don't need anybody. They really don't need anybody at all. They never needed a mouthpiece. You could hear them with a full house of fans. You could still hear them curse and talk shit. You don't need anybody for them, as far as that is concerned. And then shout out to Penta's gear, because it looked fire.
Tonight was, yeah.
You're right.
Everybody was
the color guys hit so hard. Who was it? Who got thrown at him? Somebody got thrown over. Was it in this match? I might be in this.
I think it was no.
No, it was Luchasaurus. Luchasaurus came through, and it just Brandon was just like, oh, it goes the Brandon cam in this footage.
I wonder if they're gonna have that.
That would be great if they did.
Phoenix could be a superstar if they book him right. We went on a whole rant last week about how Tony Khan talked about wanting the next big luchador when they already have him signed.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, I would like to see Phoenix if they're gonna break up the Lucha Brothers, which it seemed like they were hinting towards last week. Turn Phoenix babyface and Penta Cero Miedo as the heel.
If they turned them on each other, I swear to God, on each other, it better be a hardcore, stupid ass match, and you better let those guys just showcase their talents. Don't hold them back. Don't do a regular stupid match. Let them set up their stipulations and let them wrestle. Because if you're going to split them up and they're not going to be anywhere in the tag team division for a while, then you need to let them shine. Because that's a total disservice. And I will be on here up and down complaining. So you get ready for it, because they're like my guys.
Yeah, I think they feel that because Mighty Meg said that the Lucha Brothers should be leaders of a faction. This is what we're seeing also with Shida. They feel like if you're not fluent in English, they don't want to give you too much mic time.
Yeah.
At least that's what I'm getting from that.
This match I hated.
Yeah, we get Chris Jericho, Jake Hager versus the Private Party. The Private Party looked really good in this match. And I think they're setting up for Mark Quinn versus Jericho, because the way that it ended.
Yeah, definitely with the last hit that he comes in and got it, which is good though, because I mean, I can see, I like that Jericho's building up people, and if he's gonna lose one, if he's gonna win one, I want Mark Quinn to come up on top, just like OC did. Since everything else, Ivelisse, the amount of the forming division, they could.
I think it'll be great using the fact that we'll get to the main event. What happened in the main event? It's really Jericho's just out for himself, and
so they need to play on that already. Yeah,
Santana and Ortiz have not gone over because of Jericho. I mean, we saw him be tag teams with Sammy before this. They were the Sex Gods. They got a title shot, and now he's trying to get a title shot between him and Jake Hager. And unfortunately, their first victims were Private Party.
Yeah, and no, they weren't. It was Joey Janela and Sonny Kiss.
Oh yeah, I forgot about.
That's what I said. I'm like, I don't like the fact that we're being forced to see another tag team forming. And it goes back to like how sometimes we had this idea that AEW was going to be more New Japan Pro Wrestling. Yeah. Like as far as like, booking, you don't always got to insert yourself. Mm-hmm. You can always do a storyline. You can always slow build things. But I feel like Jericho's really sometimes pushing himself on to be these cards and on to be these events. And he doesn't have to. We don't always need them. Like, let the guys carry the rest of the card. They can do it.
This will
We
be
have
like
way more talented out there.
This will be like Okada and Chaos trying to go for every title.
Yeah, and it doesn't work that way, and it's fine, you know. And then you have really major upsets and crazy things that happen, like with Hiromu, like, you know, screaming in a ring, you know, like, yeah. I mean, you get that.
Toru Yano pinning Okada.
But next, because I can't.
Yeah, no. Private Party looked great. But it's just when wins matter, I think that's where we get a little bit more picky about who wins certain matches. Because if this was WWE, you're like, oh, okay, whatever.
No, it just, if you go back to what happened before that, why do we have this two legitimate tag teams, and then we go here and we have a fake tag team? Like, if we want to go and give Kenny Omega and Hangman crap like everybody was, then why is this okay?
Joe, AEW is making it up as they go.
Sometimes, you know what, Joe?
It feels like it.
Sometimes they're like, you know, is this on the pulse? Do our fans like this? Yeah. You know, like, but
no, I was gonna say AEW has legitimate top tier tag teams. You got the Lucha Brothers, you got Proud and Powerful, the Best Friends. I know that people are sometimes cold with the Best Friends, but they are a good tag team. You got SCU, FTR, you got
Young Bucks,
Express, the Young Bucks. Like, you have all these established tag teams, and then you're like, you know what? We're gonna pair two singles guys, and we're gonna push them now.
And then not even just that, like when we did like the single guys, like Joey and Sonny.
Yeah.
Like when we actually feed into what you're making us like, and then we're like, oh wait, never mind.
Turn on Jericho. Yes, Proud and Powerful needs to do it.
Do it, yes. Agents of Chaos, they can do this. Everybody needs to. Jericho just needs to wake up and everybody just turned on, except for Hager. I don't see him.
But see, I could see him losing Proud and Powerful.
Yeah,
and,
definitely.
MJF joining forces with him because MJF is looking for a faction.
Yeah, and it plays on the little fact that they were just like, oh, you know, good luck in your match, blah blah blah. And they, not the good luck in match, the after the fallout of All Out.
Or unless MJF joins the Inner Circle and starts breaking them up from within inside, like started selling like Proud and Powerful, like, hey, you know, I'll have your back, unlike Jericho. Like, they could really play on that. That actually, that might
MJF is the plague.
Yes.
He just breaks up everybody. Why are you COVID? Don't do that. MJF, what's wrong with you? But yeah, it would play perfectly.
Yeah.
You know, and it's a nice way for Wardlow to find a way out.
Yeah.
You know,
and it could make sense for why they put Jericho and Hager, because right now I don't see it, but it could be, hey, you know, look at what they're trying to do. They're trying to, like, you guys are supposed to be the tag team. Why the hell is Jericho and Hager trying to get your spot?
Yeah.
Yeah, MJF could be the wild card there.
All right, so let's get into one of the best matches of the night.
Yeah. Thunder Rosa versus Ivelisse. Thunder Rosa is money.
Throw money at her.
Yeah.
She's money. She generates money, but you need to throw the money at her, Mr. Khan.
See, I would agree with that, and it might happen. The only thing is, does Tully really trust MJF?
MJF can't be he can't be at 10 all the time.
Yeah,
to join a faction. He has to literally be on his own almost.
Yeah, they're not. Whatever faction he gets into, he's gonna have problems within the faction.
Yeah, they're going to regret it instantly.
That's how I feel that they're going to go with that. Wait, do you mean a U.S. title for the tag teams, though? Like a mid-card title for tag teams? Because they already have way too many tag team matches.
Yeah. I would just say
I know that's an unpopular opinion to say that, but
going back to Miss Thunder Rosa.
Yeah, she's money. Yeah, and Ivelisse gets a shot at the NWA title.
And look like she took a shot real quick because it looked a little heavy in the beginning there. I was like, damn, did they have really beef? Like, I know Puerto Ricans and Mexicans don't always get along together.
hey, come on now.
But I'm just saying, though, like, I was like, damn. And at the end of the match, she was like, hey, Ivelisse, yeah. She was like, yeah.
There was a lot of trash talking, and I don't know if it was kayfabe or not, but there was a lot. There was some shots that looked heavy-handed and some heavy kicks too. And the other thing that was kind of strange is that we didn't see Thunder Rosa do her Fire Thunder Driver. It looked like Ivelisse refused to put her head to the side. So I wonder how they're
Yeah,
going to play that off. I wonder are they going to keep on adding heat between them two?
which leads into next week.
Yeah, because they did announce that there was going to be another match.
All the monies.
AEW needs more
Yeah.
TV. Yeah,
Hopefully, what we see with the extra, what is it called?
the extra hour show that they're talking about.
Yeah, I forgot what the hell it was called. Anybody remember what it was called?
Yeah, forgot. Yeah, he's talking about mid card titles for tag teams.
Yeah.
Yeah, they need to sign some women.
It's like we get the two longest matches we've had, and that's with Diamante and Diamante and Ivelisse and the tag teams. We had the longest matches with Thunder Rosa and Shida, and next week we're really gonna see it. We're gonna see how all four of them gel together in tag team match. But I just feel like it is must see. It is must see, and that's the thing is like people are tuning in to see the tag team match when they won. They wanted to see Ivelisse and Diamante. People tune in to see Thunder Rosa. They tune in today to see Thunder Rosa and Ivelisse. They're gonna tune in next week to see if Thunder Rosa and Shida could coexist together, and how Ivelisse and Diamante are gonna come together as the Latina heat, and they're gonna bring it.
Yeah,
That's money.
I like seeing where they're going to do with Thunder Rosa and Ivelisse, and if they continue to invest story time with them, that means that they'll probably get signed. Like I said, this match looked like they got some hard shots at each other. It was very intense. It was only under 10 minutes. It was still longer compared to what we were getting before that. We were getting 3-minute, 5-minute matches, but it was 10 minutes filled with action, filled with hard hits, filled with like intense storytelling. Because then we get Thunder Rosa actually unable to get Ivelisse in her finisher, so she ends up doing the pile driver, still gets the pin, and then we get Diamante backing up Ivelisse, beating up Thunder Rosa. And so one thing I wanted to say too, can we get Shida some more TV time other than her being on the sideline looking angry?
No.
It's like all we ever get with her is just her doing this.
She's doing the Britt Baker?
Yeah.
The Britt Baker challenge when she was doing that?
So hopefully with the tag team next week, we get some more of Shida.
And I want Shida to shine because, like I said, you guys, I know you guys heard me. Like she looked gassed with Thunder Rosa, and it was hot. And it was hot as hell. But I want her to come back because I don't want our AEW champ to look weak. Because right now Thunder Rosa looks like she just could like mop the floor with everybody. Yeah, and like
it's gonna be a redemption for Shida. I think she's gonna look strong. They're trying to build her strong too. She's coming to the aid of people that are getting beat up. They just need to do something more with her, like either give her a mouthpiece, give her a manager, give her somebody. Yeah. It was definitely, you could see some of the stiffness that they were doing, and I mean, Ivelisse is a 16-year-old veteran. Thunder Rosa is
5 years with MMA.
Yeah, but she's becoming a household name. Like
she's a prodigy because she's so damn smooth.
Yeah, she's so good. She's been able to not only put attention to NWA's women's division, she's going around to small promotions everywhere. She's pushing her Mission Pro. She is building her legacy now, and it was just great seeing these two women just bring it all. And it was such a different pace and a different type of match that we were used to seeing in AEW women's. Yeah, they need to do more with Shida. Like I said, set up some personality with her. Right now, we don't really have too much personality coming from her.
Or even show her training, and they could do a voiceover take so she has a chance to actually think about what she's gonna say. You know what I mean? Like a highlight reel. Remember how when Kenny was training before AEW and they were showing him like going up the mountain, and he was like, and he did a voiceover for that. They could do something like that. Like get innovative. Like everybody got innovated during this time period as far as connecting to each other, getting onto digital sites, doing what we're doing here now. I just feel like they can think for Shida. They can help her. She can be a huge and amazing star, and people love her. And she's talented as hell. She just needs a chance. Yeah.
Yeah, they need to do what WWE is doing with Asuka.
Just let her be Asuka. Let her just be organic. She can do it.
Just let her own personality shine through. Like if you guys follow her through social media, she has a lot of personality. She's super talented, plays music, does all this stuff, but they just need to get that onto the screen so more people are aware of who she is and what she's all about. Talk more about, like you said, like her training in
I mean, she stage performs. It's not like she can't perform.
yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? She has the goods. She's a package.
Yeah, maybe do some YouTube videos about her matches before joining AEW. So then we get Kip and the best man, Miro.
Little promo piece,
Yeah.
send them up. I'm telling, like, Kip needs to give Miro a crop top, or I'm not going to be happy. I want to see him bench pressing with a crop top because I'm just ridiculous like that.
Yeah, Thunder Rosa, and it's crazy because WWE had offered her a contract, but not to be a wrestler. They wanted her to be a ref.
They wanted to take her off the market. No, you too good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. They could definitely do a taped promo to put her over and give her time to talk. They could just do a really actual, like, theatrical vignette and give her let her, because when she takes the time to actually speak, she can do it. You know, just like anybody else, give her a moment to think, breathe, be organic, and let her have the feeling with it. Or do a sit down, give her a chance to know the questions she's going to be asked, give her time to rehearse her answers. But hell, everybody else does promotional pieces that have been pre-recorded before Dynamite. Let her get a chance to do it too.
Remember the vignettes that they did for Wardlow? They did some for Darby Allen. They did some for Lance Archer. They need to do that with Sheeta.
Or even like the Joey Janela one with the whole convenience store with Sonny Kiss. Like, you can do these things. Don't act like you can't. Right? He pulls that off so effortlessly. He looks so good with that.
Yeah. So then we get Lance Archer with Jake the Snake. So they're supposed to announce their team members because they're going to have a 6-man tag team match. It's going to be Lance Archer and Moxley. Jake says he's going to go in bed with the Tasmanian Devil, meaning he's going to have
which is weird.
Ricky Starks and Brian Cage join up with Lance Archer. So that team already looks freaking amazing. Like, how is Moxley gonna counter that? And Moxley goes with Hobbs, who was officially signed with AEW today. They announced it. That's an awesome signing. So now we have Hobbs, who could actually go toe to toe with like Brian Cage. So we need somebody that could actually go to toe with Ricky Starks, and we get emo Darby Allen.
You mean get regular? I know I like turtles. But I mean, I hate to be like I'm gonna stop hating on Mox. I have reasons, but
well, the point. Let's put it out there. Maria's Puerto Rican. I'm Mexican. And Moxley, there was a leaked interview where Moxley said Puerto Rico was a piece of shit, and so Maria is having a hard time getting over that.
So it came out when Sammy was going through his thing, and then everybody wanted to throw everybody underneath the bus, which I understand. This looked like it was been through his ROH days. Look, I'm a professional outside of here. I try not to say anything too offensive, unless it's to a talent. It's a character. I'm not saying anything offensively to a group of people. So like, you never want to remember this can come back and bite you in the ass. And so I feel like either he's real stupid in real life or he's just dumb. And I want to say he's just dumb. I don't want to say that he's a stupid person generally in his whole life, but he basically said the whole island looked like a crack house, like a crack ghetto. And the only nice place was like San Juan, which I'm like, it's a touristy place. And like, I forgot, I'm sorry, you don't like culture, because I've been to Puerto Rico. And I haven't been to the places that are outside of the touristy areas, and it's gorgeous. And I don't know what his definition of gorgeous is, or, so it caught me off guard. I didn't expect him to say something like that, and it hurt my feelings. I'm trying to get over it. And I'm not going to say he's not a good talent. He's a damn good talent. I was a huge fan of him coming into AEW.
That's what hurts you the most.
That's what hurts me the most. It's almost like if like Kenny Omega were to talk massive, shit about like minorities, dude, if it was Brian Pillman Jr., I would have like, it would have been such a swerve from Darby. I would have been so happy.
But that team would have actually looked like they would have stood a chance.
Because with Darby thrown in there, I'm sorry, Ricky Starks could take down Darby.
Not just that. Can you imagine Darby versus Lance Archer?
That was to be the body bag scene. But yeah, that's my problem with Mox. But now that Hobbs is on Mox's team, I want to see a minority be put over on a larger card. And if it has to be done this way, I will take it.
Yep.
Because Hobbs is talent, and I want to give him that talent. And I do love Brian Cage, and I do love Lance Archer, and I think Ricky Starks is one of the people of the future of AEW. And unfortunately, they're going to have to take the loss on this one. And if they don't take the loss, holy hell. And I hope that doesn't mean a bury to Hobbs.
Here's the other thing, though. If Lance Archer wins, if his team wins, does that mean
he loses?
That he loses the belt? If we go with WWE booking?
Yes.
If Moxley wins, does that mean he loses the belt? It's going to be interesting to see.
No, I think Mox will still win.
So you think Moxley is going to
take the clean sweep,
retain the shot?
You know.
Yeah, Renee is super smart and super talented, and I hope that she gets the job that she's been wanting.
Yeah, wherever she goes, I hope the best for both of them. Like I said, he was young, but once again, if we're gonna go with the young thing. Going back to what we said about like Warrior Wrestling and Impact yesterday, if you want to say, oh, he was young, then you got people like Sammy who was young that said stupid stuff. You have people like Tessa who was young that said stupid stuff. So we can't just give certain people a pass and certain people not a pass. We gotta.
I think the important thing is for them to actually own up to it and ask for forgiveness.
And I don't know if he ever did, and I don't know if he ever knows that people caught that conversation. I wish, but then again, he's not a person to be on social like that, so I don't see him putting out an apology. And it sucks because sometimes you can't just be like, hey, I might have said some shit when I was stupid and young, and I'm sorry if I ever offended you. Just make it broad. And I would be like, boom, thank you.
To be fair, though, some of the places where there's wrestling in Puerto Rico, they do go to some bad places, and some of the crowds are known to be rowdy.
Oh, and I'm not going to put it out there. The people that were in charge of
Bruiser Brody.
Rosa Brody, y'all need to get like right with God, because that stuff that you did to that poor man out there in Puerto Rico was not right. Yeah. So I'm not just one of those people, so definitely. Yeah, he's going to stand champ. He is. He's going to go to, because it's not even full gear. He's going to go all the way up to full gear with the title.
I'm not buying it. I think everybody dies, and I think Moxley is losing the belt.
That's how I feel. You can't take my line because that's me being hopeful. But anyways, let's get into...
This is going to be a preview of the match.
No, that was a preview of this match that just came up. We got Proud and Powerful versus Best Friends. Proud and Powerful had this one. If it wasn't for OC, they needed the assist.
Yeah, but this was a good match. This was one of their better hardcore matches that AEW has put together.
It was.
This was a match that had been planned pre-pandemic. This was going to be during the same show they were going to do the Stadium Stampede before they did a Stadium Stampede. It was what was it, the War of the Worlds, where they were going to have the two rings. It was going to be Inner Circle.
Oh no, it was like Blood and Guts, was it?
Yeah, that's what it was called. It was Blood and Guts.
It was something, but this was coined on a Dynamite.
Yeah, so they
way back when. So it finally came full circle. They gave the story more life by doing Sue's angle, and it was great. I can't. I'm salty. Thank you, Derek. It is. Even after like 3 hurricanes, it's still a very nice place to win. But yeah, it was a good match. I'm glad it kind of grew as far as the conflict between the two teams. Best Friends came out strong. Power and Powerful came out with War Paint. What was that? It was very Bullet Club-like. It looked very Tamatanga and Tama.
Yeah. No, I think this was a good setup for what could possibly end up being the chaos of the Inner Circle, because we saw Orange Cassidy actually come to the aid of the Best Friends. But where was Sammy? Where was Jake? Where was Jericho? Like, Proud and Powerful were left out there on their own. Proud and Powerful have been left out on their own for a couple of weeks now, which could be how MJF ends up joining the Inner Circle and splitting it from the inside. Or we could have Eddie Kingston being Eddie Kingston, as we know him, being the sneaky guy from TNA and from other promotions he's been in. And, take Proud and Powerful.
What the hell is he going to do with all these people?
It don't matter, Eddie Kingston.
Put him in a room and put a bomb in it and be like, there, I wiped out my competition.
La Familia.
Whatever, this faction. Yeah, that's the real word.
I think Proud and Powerful would work better with Eddie Kingston than Butcher and the Blade, though.
But they don't need anybody either. They don't need a mouthpiece. They stupid.
Hold on. Imagine a faction with the Lucha Brothers Proud and Powerful, and Eddie Kingston.
So we're just gonna take out Butcher and the Blade? We're just gonna do them ugly like that? I mean, I'm not complaining.
And then we could get Diamante in there.
I mean, like, I'm still not complaining.
It's LAX all over again.
I mean, that would be crazy though. That's like a huge version of LAX stuff.
But see, who would want to join MJF? Even Wardlow looks like he's kind of done with MJF.
And as we were told, remember, we were reminded Wardlow is on his payroll and not AEW's, even though he was all elite, whatever. Yeah. Storyline, kayfabe. But yeah, I don't know. I just want Proud and Powerful to kind of do their own thing now.
Yeah,
I hope this lays it to rest. I hope they get a win here or there sooner or later. They've been getting wins on Dark, but once again, what does Dark wins mean on the main roster? I don't know anymore.
It just adds to their win-loss record, but it hasn't translated to them being a number one contender.
Yeah, they need a belt over there or something, like we've been saying, an internet title, something to give validity to that actual brand itself. Especially now that we're getting to 1 hour. What the hell is that called?
I don't even know, but we're getting it tomorrow, so I guess we'll find out tomorrow.
I guess do we review that? Should we come back and review that?
Man, I don't know.
It's an hour.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, we'll come back if it's something like, holy crap. I mean, Wardlow's in it. I mean, I can come back and talk about Wardlow, but nobody wants to see that. Yeah, it would be glorious. Whatever happens to that guy?
He's in WWE. Well, he's probably hanging out in the catering kitchen.
I hate you.
Yeah. So this ends with the orange punch coming from Orange Cassidy.
With a chain.
He had a chain wrapped around his fist. Sue comes in with the new minivan, picks up her boys, and before she leaves, she flicks off Proud and Powerful.
Gives them right there, right in between the lines.
What a wholesome ending. Sue picking up her boys after a street fight. I wonder if they're going to go get some
ice
Cracker
cream.
Barrel or some Chili's.
Ice cream. They're going to take your boys to get ice cream after the big win.
Yeah.
I like this whole thing. But the fact that he was so bloody getting into that car, I'm hoping it's not her real car, because damn, was Trent bloody.
They're going to have to pay for cleaning that.
Yeah, but that's pretty much it, guys. Yes.
We have a Wardlow coming.
I mean, should I just come back? I mean, you and me and Beth could do that, talk about Wardlow for about 10 minutes. Hopefully it's not a squash match.
You guys will be talking about for like an hour about Wardlow. It'll be like Silver and Reynolds all over again.
But you know what, though? Are we wrong that the Dark Order loves... See? Joe knows. Gotta go get that soft serve.
Oh, I didn't know about that.
Damn!
I did not know about that.
They can choose who they want to let through with that drug test. They just didn't want to pay him. That's why they suspended him. They're like, we're not going to pay you.
Because the King of Bros is always up on the treehouse, as the Rascals say.
Yeah, right? They're in the wrong. He's in the wrong place. He needs to go back with the Rascals.
No, I don't want the bro with the Rascals.
Why am I doing the Ricochet thing? I love Trey. Are they really though? They kind of look like teenage high school kids when they like want to join the alternative club, of rockers.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mighty Mix. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like the Young Bucks. I feel like they're more conflicted than the actual Kenny Omega was.
Yeah, I get that they're mad because it cost them the match in the gauntlet, but at this point, it's like, bro, just win your matches and you'll be back up there.
Yeah, they should have won the first times they were up there, but they didn't win the contender spot then.
So, but
they should have won that Revolution.
Them being heels means that we're not gonna get them against FTR anytime soon.
Yeah, they can't be heels going to FTR.
Because it'll be heel versus heel. So I wonder how that dynamic works. And that was what we thought was gonna happen.
Unless they really do have a Bullet Club thing coming on. Maybe they did work something out in New Japan.
No, I don't think Brody loses the belt next week.
Who's he going against?
Orange Cassidy.
Nah.
I
There's
think
there's no build up to that. There would have to be a build up.
I think Dark Order interferes, and I think that's where we're gonna have Orange Cassidy, the best friends, against the Dark Order. But it works because of everything that they've been doing on BT with them trying to get Orange Cassidy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, if they were, it'd be really cool if, like,
the older Bucks, they could just call themselves the Bucks.
No, it's like the Backstreet Boys. You don't change that. They're always going to be boys. They're always going to be young
boys
bucks.
To men.
Yeah, see? No. They never transition fully to men. They're always just in between.
Shawn Michaels is still the Heartbreak Kid.
Heartbreak Grandpa. No, but yeah, I think it'd be really cool, like, if they really did work something out with New Japan and they actually did some sort of Bullet Club thing. I mean, there's still people from the United States here, correct? Or did they all go back?
Kenta and them are back. They're going to do the G1. Yes, Sky's been missing since All Out, so I don't know what's going on.
Take a break?
Yeah.
Sometimes you need a break. But yeah. Right. All right, guys. Maybe we'll be back tomorrow. I don't know.
Yeah, it all depends.
And then we might stream something on Friday. I'm not sure yet. Right? Don't kill Brandon Cutler. He already has problems.
They're friends now. They're playing Dungeons and Dragons. All right. But thank you for coming out. You want to say anything else, Maria? Anything coming up?
Warrior Wrestling. If you guys haven't seen the first night last week, please check it out. Then Rosa did an amazing match. Kylie Ray did an amazing match. Amazing matches with the Rascals. This week they're going to do the second part Stadium Series on Saturday. Next week, Saturday, third part. Mission Pro Wrestling on Friday. Then the Rosa's organization, All Women, All Wrestling, All Women, Everything. Mm-hmm. Check that out too. Support independence. So check them out. And all this GCW, everybody's doing a bunch of stuff. Just check out independence. Go to
IWTV. There's other websites. I can't think of them right now. But IWTV.
Mission Pro has their website. They have their independence. They're on there too. Because they're not with IWTV, but you can get a fight. So.
Yep.
All right, guys. See ya. Thank you.